Amazing grace, how sweet the sound.
911, what's the address of the emergency?
Please, Emmanuel Church, there's plenty of people shot down here. Please send somebody right away.
A peaceful Bible study at a South Carolina church disrupted.
Yeah, he shot the pastor, he shot all the men in the church. Please come right away.
77 shots. It actually sounded like a transformer blew.
He's coming, he's coming, he's coming.
9 black parishioners killed by a white supremacist.
Is there something that you can hide under?
I'm under the table.
I kept praying under the table. The Lord kept me calm.
The gunman arrested in North Carolina 14 hours later.
It's just like I was staring Satan in his face.
Tonight, 10 years later, we're honoring the lives lost.
Looking at the changes that transpired.
Man, that could have been any of us.
The work that still needs to be done.
I feel like the people of South Carolina have failed his legacy.
And the forgiveness that's helped the community heal.
The Charleston church shooting 10 years later in this special edition of On Your Side Tonight.
Reverend Clemente Pinckney, Cynthia Graham Hurd, Tywanza Sanders, Mira Thompson, Reverend Sharonda Coleman Singleton, Reverend Daniel L. Simmons, Ethel Lance, Reverend DePayne Middleton Doctor, and Susie Jackson. 9 mothers, fathers, brothers, and sisters, 9 friends, 9 souls, the Emmanuel 9. Thanks for joining us. 10 years ago tonight, the worst kind of news was about to break. 9 people, you just saw their faces, would be shot and killed at Emmanuel AME Church in Charleston, the oldest African Methodist Episcopal church in the South. It was June 17, 2015. Dylan Roof was welcomed into the church where Bible study was underway. He sat there for an hour before carrying out his hate-fueled, racially motivated attack. Some survived only because they pretended to be dead in a place where they were supposed to feel safe.
I never thought that in my wildest nightmare that I would lose my child, my friends at Bible study. That's the part that I can't get past.
Roof would be captured in Shelby. We'll have more on his arrest later on tonight, but we start by honoring those lives lost and the loved ones they left behind who are keeping their legacies alive. While time has passed, one thing does remain: the pain of losing a loved one. And while the shooting happened 209 miles away from Charlotte, it still hits close to home no matter where you are. WBTV's Dedrick Russell spoke to relatives who have a Charlotte connection about how they're doing 10 years later and how they're turning pain into action.
Every breath I take,
The chaplain,
she's with me.
the journalist,
My mom never limited me.
and the politician.
Oh, I miss my sister.
All 3 touched by that horrific mass shooting at Mother Emanuel 10 years ago.
In memory of
Sharon Risher now lives in Charlotte. Her mother was Ethel Lee Lance.
She was very strict. She didn't take excuses. She really just kind of encouraged me.
Grayson Doctor's mother was Reverend DePayne Middleton. Doctor is now an executive producer at a Florida public radio station.
We had a shared love of NPR, and so we spent a lot of those times also just listening to talk radio, talking about the stories that was going on, you know, sharing our thoughts. It's really those moments that shaped me into being the storyteller that I am today.
Malcolm Graham is a Charlotte City councilman, a former state representative. He also ran for Congress. His sister, Cynthia Graham Hurd, helped with his campaigns.
Cynthia would say that you're the most famous person in the family because I had a measure of success. But in her death, she's the most famous person in the family.
Graham still has boxes full of cards, pictures, and letters he received.
Dear Malcolm, Kim, we are so very sorry for your loss.
10 years later, the pain is still felt for all 3.
She just went to the ends of the earth for us. If we were facing any kind of trouble in school, my mom was there to fight our battles.
Her smile, her calling you 6 o'clock in the morning on your birthday.
All three graduated from Johnson C. Smith University at different times. Dr. returned to campus just weeks after her mom was killed to finish out her senior year.
My school family for sure circled around me, and they took care of me that year in more ways than one.
The Charlotte community has been simply amazing. Someone always stops me and say, hey, I'm still praying for you. I'm still thinking about your family.
10 years later, I asked all three about forgiving the murderer.
You always constantly hear it's like you have to forgive this person in order for you to really, experience your true healing. And I don't believe that. I don't think about forgiving him.
I'm not going to forgive someone who's interested in extinguishing people that looks like me. That's unforgivable to me.
I did that 8 years ago, but that was a journey.
These relatives all agree they don't want their loved ones to die in vain. That's why they will continue to push for change, look out for others, and demand tighter gun laws.
If we don't find a way to all work together to respect each and everyone's humanity, then our country's in peril.
My mom was such a strong woman. I want to continue to be that. I want to, she was known in the community for helping other people, for praying for other people.
10 years, these are the issues that keep me going, keep me out there advocating for the Emanuel 9, but for anybody else that comes after them.
Dedrick Russell, WBTV, on your side.
This is a night to